This episode of Destructoid is brought to you by Slim Jim, made from the stuff gamers need. Coming up on Destructoid, Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes might be too offensive to see the light of day. The Walking Dead Season 2 is confirmed, and shiver me timbers. Did Assassin's Creed 4 just get leaked? It's about pirates. Get the full story right now on Destructoid.
Welcome to Destructoid. I'm Tara Long.
And I'm Max Scoville.
Happy
birthday to Tara.
I set you up for that.
You did. You usually say happy whatever day it is, but it's your birthday, so I wanted to wish you a happy birthday.
Thank you. I am 19 years old.
You look great for being a tween still.
I'm 28.
It's welcome to the double digits.
I hate it so much. But yeah, it is an exciting day. Max got me a nice little birthday gift before this.
Got her a bottle of liquor to drink. But yeah, no, happy birthday.
Thank you.
It's nice to host a show with you twice a week. And did you have a good time in Vegas?
I did. As you can see, I lost my voice because I did a lot of talking.
I can hear it.
Yes.
Anyway, let's get on with the news.
Yes,
we'll do more birthday things later. But first, I'm sure some of you guys would yell at us if we didn't mention it. So just a quick reminder that Blizzard just dropped a new trailer for StarCraft: Heart of the Swarm. It's a CG trailer, which normally isn't very exciting, but this being Blizzard, it is very exciting because it looks goddamn incredible, and from what I can tell, it actually reuses some bits and pieces from the intro cinematic they released a few months ago. But if you fancy yourself a crafter of stars, or perhaps a requirer of pylons, then you can go check it out on the StarCraft YouTube channel. The expansion, I believe, is getting released on March 12th. Now, on to the big things. Assassin's Creed 4. Who saw this one coming? Anybody?
Not me.
Anybody? A sequel to the previous 5 games in the Assassin's Creed series? Well, okay, so maybe we expected it, but let's pretend we're surprised anyway. Kotaku got their hands on a photo of a poster showing off Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, which features a seafaring assassin surrounded by what appear to be pirates. Like sea pirates. Pirates of the sea.
Seamen.
Yes, oh my. If that wasn't enough, the Examiner also got their hands on what they claim is a screenshot of the game, as well as some juicy details. The game's protagonist is Haytham Kenway's father and Connor's grandfather, and the game is slated for release on current and next-gen consoles. So there you go. As for the release date, time frame sort of thing, Ubisoft stated earlier this month that there would be a new Assassin's Creed sometime in fiscal year 2014, which begins on April 1st of this year. And it would seem that this is the game that they were referring to. If I had to guess, I would probably guess that it was coming out during the holidays, because that's when games come out. Assassin's Creed. Am I right, folks?
That whole story was just a lead up to that last
Really,
joke,
it was. Yeah. Anyway, your turn.
Yeah, so as most of you probably know, Tomb Raider comes out next week, but the reviews are up now. I actually reviewed it myself over on our Rev3 Games channel, and I seemed to have a little bit of a different opinion on it than some others. Interestingly, I have not read one flat-out bad review of the game so far. It seems like everyone can agree that it's actually really fun. It just does suffer from some glaring flaws. In particular, I really loved the environments, the world, all of the platforming, the way it all works together and flows is very seamless and well designed. What I did not think was well designed were the skill trees, which I thought seemed repetitive and contradictory to a lot of the game's other features. Speaking of which, I also thought the combat was really well done. It strikes a good balance between shooting and stealth, and it has like one of the best cover systems I've ever seen in a game, where it's passive. You just go up to a wall and Lara will automatically assume cover. And then of course all the action is interspersed with a lot of very exciting and cinematic sequences. On the flip side, I do feel like the game relied a little too heavily on quick time events, which normally I'm actually totally fine with in games. Dead Space 3 had them. I gave that game a really good review. But in this Tomb Raider, they seemed excessive and almost unfair at times. I also thought the multiplayer, which is again a brand new addition to this series, it felt a little shoehorned in, and in my review I said it provided little distraction beyond this single player campaign, which I do believe. Overall, I gave it a 3 out of 5 because, like I said, despite its problems, I do think it is a very fun game at its core. But a lot of people seemed to take a more positive view. On Destructoid, Jim Sterling reviewed the game and gave it an 8.5 out of 10. He said it was tightly produced, competent in both its puzzling and its combat, and is one reboot that manages to be unequivocally superior to its predecessors. So as you can see, he enjoyed it a little bit more than I did, but I still enjoyed it quite a bit. You can read his full review over on Destructoid.com, and of course you can find mine over on youtube.com/rev3games.
I started playing that last night.
What do you think of it?
It's got a lot of shaky cam.
It does.
The camera is just all over the place.
Yeah,
even in
actually,
the menus are like wiggly.
It is. Jim complained about that in his review, actually. I didn't mind it at all.
Otherwise, I'm liking it. I think it's got some incredible physics. When you like walk into stuff, it just falls off the table. Just knock it around. You walk into some meat hanging from the ceiling, and that meat is just like wiggling back and forth. Anyway, moving on. Okay, Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance is behind us, so now we can devote our full attention to whatever Metal Gear Solid games Kojima is currently working on. He's announced Ground Zeroes, and we're pretty sure that the Phantom Pain is a Metal Gear game, and there's also supposedly Metal Gear Solid 5, and they may or may not be all the same game, but it's really hard to tell. But gasp, what if this game that Kojima's working on was deemed too offensive to be released? Yeah.
What if?
In an interview earlier this week with Video Gamer, the Metal Gear director explained that over the last 25 years, he's worked to introduce mature themes to the series, but that he still hasn't pushed the medium as far as he'd like to. Compared to movies and books, it still has a long way to go. That's precisely what I want to try to tackle with Ground Zeroes. Honestly, I'm going to be targeting a lot of taboos, a lot of mature themes that really are quite risky. I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to release the game, and even if I did release the game, then maybe it wouldn't sell because it's too much.
I love his attitude about everything.
Well, this begs the question, of course, what constitutes too much in a video game? What taboos is Kojima going after? Well, being a journalist, I grabbed a few theories from the comments section on the delightfully taboo-friendly Destructoid article about this. So Brown Eye Winkin went with the pro-choice route with Snake. Press the action button to abort the fetus.
Oh my God.
Oh my, that would be a bit taboo. And then of course there's Blood Pudding, who asks, taboo? Snake puts on blackface and does a minstrel show? That would be legitimately taboo.
It would.
Yep. Meanwhile, Sam Hain offers up the theory that we witness Big Boss's transformation from hero to villain after being sexually assaulted by female soldiers who use the N-word.
Good Lord, that's offensive.
That's pretty offensive. And then Infinite Knowledge jumped in to add female child soldiers who use the N-word. Fixed. Now, as ridiculous as that is, this is probably pretty close to the truth. I mean, aside from the N-word part and the female soldiers and probably the sexual assault part. But child soldiers have actually been a big part of the Metal Gear games, going way back to Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, and anyone who's played Metal Gear Solid 2 knows that Raiden, he's got some baggage from being a child soldier, and that's of course one of the central themes in Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. So it seems like that could be one of the touchy subjects that Kojima wants to deal with.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But if it was so touchy, then those games didn't seem to have a problem with it because
he's never quite had it where you have to fight a bunch of kids, but
yeah, I could see how they could make that offensive.
It could get really weird, but yeah, who knows? Maybe he just wants to, let us hide our snakes in some kind of a box that isn't cardboard. It's a euphemism for genitals having sex with each other.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Could have done without that.
Snakes in boxes. Anyway, as for Metal Gear Solid Pain Ground Phantom Zeroes 5 not getting released because it's too offensive, I don't think we have anything to worry about. Kojima is one of the most respected game designers ever, all time. His name is so highly revered. And while he might push the envelope, I really doubt he would push it so far that he would prevent his own game from being released. But we'll have to wait and see.
Maybe this will be a new trend. So here's a pleasing little tidbit about a game we haven't heard from in a while. The Walking Dead is confirmed for Season 2. I don't think anyone really doubted this because the first one did so well. But we have official confirmation now. Gary Whitta, who oversaw the narrative development of the first season, he also wrote the entire 4th episode. He confirmed during a recent interview with IGN's Greg Miller that Season 2 is definitely on the way, and that is not the only thing we can expect either. He said, quote, "I can tell you what you already know, which is Season 2 is coming. There's not much to say because it really is very early. It's a way off. But knowing that it's a way off and knowing that people are hungry for more Walking Dead, there may very well be more Walking Dead from Telltale before Season 2. We may have a little something extra for you between Season 1 and 2. So, what does this mean? Well, it's hard to speculate without giving away extreme spoilers, but I'm guessing it's like something to do with DLC. It doesn't seem like he's referring to something separate from Season 1. It seems like it would be related to
What if he
Season
made
1?
a Walking Dead comic book? Or a
That's crazy.
television show?
I don't know.
What if he was just teasing Survival Instinct?
Oh, that would be nice.
Screw you, Walking Dead fans!
Yeah. Oh God, now I'm really depressed. What if that's true?
I don't think that's the case. I don't think Gary Wood has anything near that.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you can leave your speculations in the comments and try to keep them, minimally spoiler-free, because, nobody wants that ruined. Although, if you haven't played it yet, I mean,
You get on that.
go
Anyway,
play it, yeah.
in the meantime, let's take a word from our sponsor.
Let's do that. Listen up, gamers. We have breaking news regarding meat, brought to you by the fine people at Slim Jim.
For decades, Slim Jims have been made out of meat, the tentpole of any manly diet, and now, in an effort to fuel the carnivorous demands of the 21st century cyber warrior, Slim Jim sticks and steakhouse strips include codes to unlock in-game content for the latest EA games, like Need for Speed Most Wanted, Medal of Honor Warfighter, and Dead Space 3. The kind of stuff that guys need. Race cars, gun camos, custom weapons. Disclaimer, please do not actually attempt to eat any race cars, gun camos, or custom weapons because they are not real food.
They will kill you. But each code does give you the chance to win a number of amazing prizes like flat screen televisions, tablet computers, or even a trip to visit EA Studios. For more information, visit slimjim.com/EA or your local meat retailers and convenience marts.
Slim Jim, made from stuff gamers need.
Yoink!
Fine, you can have that.
This for later. Speaking of gamers, we realized this morning that because we were all on vacation and we didn't have a show last Friday, we actually haven't discussed any of the PS4 announcements and stuff.
Yeah, sorry about that. We kind of bailed on you guys.
Yeah.
They announced the PlayStation 4 and we took a day off.
I get the feeling most of you have probably looked up information online already, and obviously there is a ton of it. We've got, hardware, controllers, new IPs, new sequels. We don't have time to break it all down on this show today, and most of you have probably already seen tidbits of it, like I said. But if you do want to read up on it, and you do want to know information that you haven't read yet, Destructoid.com kicked ass on their coverage. So anything you want to know, you will be able to find it there.
There's just a big old purple PS4 thing up at the top, so go click on that and read some words.
PS4 tag, and that will give you everything, a deluge of information. And of course, we provide a lot of the video coverage on that end. So we put up a bunch of stuff over on our Rev3 Games channel. We've got trailers for each one of the big games that they announced, new and sequels, as well as a 4-minute recap of the PS4's hardware and, stuff like the controller, Gaikai, how a lot of that stuff will work. And then, of course, Adam Sessler put up his impressions of the launch lineup and the hardware and the system. He also did an interview with the senior producer of Watch Dogs, which I know is one of the trailers that people were most excited about from that.
Hey, speaking of dogs, got a card for you.
Did you?
Yeah, I made you a little card. You should just take a look at that. I got everyone to sign it.
Happy birthday, Tara. In honor of your special day, we combined 2 of your favorite things. I am scared. Here we go.
You ready?
Oh my God!
Bat pups!
What?
It's Pomeranians with the faces of bats!
That is terrifying.
Yeah! Happy
Wow.
birthday!
Thank you. That's a really good
Surprise!
Photoshop.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Tara loves cute things, and she thinks that baby bats are really cute. So I was like, what if I took terrifying vampire bat snouts and put them on ugly dogs?
Ew,
yeah!
This looks like something you'd see in a Fallout game.
Yeah, pretty nasty.
Thank you. I appreciate
Happy birthday.
that.
You can go upstairs and drink the liquor to get that image out of your head.
Oh, that's what I'll do right now. In fact, maybe it is time to end the show. We will be resuming our Friday live show schedule this week. So you are more than welcome, nay, encouraged to meet us right back here at youtube.com/dtoid this Friday at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time, sharp. If you are late, you will miss it,
Sometimes
and then you won't know what the hell is going on.
Sometimes it's like 4 minutes late. Anyway, don't forget to follow us on Twitter. I'm Max Scoville. She's Tara Longest. Please tweet some baby animal photos at her. And the show is Dtoid Show. We love you guys. Good night. Have a wonderful evening.